The unit lives in relativity. There really is no relativity, but we're just, for the sake of our conversation and the sake of ease in the world, we're going to say the relativity is the unit's kingdom. I have nothing to do really with the relative very much, but so when we look at relativity, there was a unit there that did wrong, and it's the one that you're now inhabiting, right? So you're not to blame because you hadn't done anything wrong, but it's important to set the unit straight. And by acknowledging these things that I have done, and if you feel like making amends, and it's or you run into somebody that you can make amends with, and you feel like making amends, make amends. But if you don't. It's just there's not a rule on that, but there is a rule on recognizing your relative responsibility because it's a unit. If I go out and I murder 3 people and I come back here to satsang and say, well, I didn't do it. That's true and not true at the same point. But the way I'll be telling it is not true, because I'll be thinking that the unit did it on its own, and that I was, quote, powerless. And while that is true as far as the physical actions are concerned, the mentation prior to that is we become responsible for that as we awaken, as we become. There becomes, with awakening, there comes just a little bit of a ton of responsibility and a little bit of know-how. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's what came out. More important that you accept the fact that there is responsibility than even doing anything about it. The biggest thing is just recognizing, there's a sense that there's no choice, but it seems like I have some little powers of persuasion or something. Use those, even if you don't have them. It feels like it. Go with what feels right to you. Because if you are dedicated to this, what it amounts to is there's no you, but right things happen. If I go out into my backyard and I see a plant leaning and it needs some support, if I pick that plant up and put a stick under it, that's what should have happened. And if I look at the same plant and it's like, look, the plant's on its way out, and do nothing, that too is the inevitable. So it's just not up to me to say yes or no, good or bad, right or wrong. We want to check in. In other words, we want to go, and you can ask yourself the question, if there was no Dylan, how would this be being done? And follow that.